Naga Miss Khobar, Naga Students Federation, NSF Aji Din 29 October 2024 Tetai Khan Laga 78th Foundation Day Mani She Aru Seniors Consultative Meeting to Naga Solidarity Park Kohima Te Rakhi She Nagaland Laga Lok Sabha MP Aru Pohila Laga NSF General Secretary S. Supongmeren Jamir Special Guest Hisab He Koi She Ki Delhi Sorkar Aru Naga Underground Group Ma Jote Chu Li Tha Ka Ceasefire Aru Political Dialogue Jai Tak Home Moi Te Nagaland Te Armed Forces Special Powers Act अफस्पा तू डोरकर नहीं ताई है NSF लगा लीडर खान अरु सीनियर खान के अफस्पा खिलाफ आवाज उठा बोले कोई शे अरु स्टेट सोरकर लोगो ते जूर पारा दिल्ली सोरकर के अफस्पा तू नागालैंड पारा हाथी दी बोले मांगकुरी बोले कोई शेम जमीर पारा नागालैंड ते पातेल अरु नेचुरल रिसोर्स टू एक्सप्लोर नाकुरिया अरु नागा ग्रुप खान पारा जवान नागा ओंट्रप्रनर खान ऊपर टैक्स लुवाते चिंता जो नहीं शे जमीर पारा NSF तू एटू खान ऊपर भी काम कुरी बोला गे कोई शे NSF प्रेसिडेंट मेडोवी री पारा कोई शे टाई खान तू खली जा लगा होम मोई मनिया ना होय किंतु नागा खान लगा लांबा एकता माने यूनिटी दिक्तरी ते ठाकरा थाकिया माने रेजिलियंस अरु विजन तू मो नहीं आशे ताई है NSF पारा नागा खान लगा यूनिटी अरु विश्वास तू होदाई धूरी के ना आगे जाबो कोई शे NSF Assistant General Secretary Kenilo Kent Para Etu Program Chair Kuri She, Secretary Education Temjantoshi Para Prathana Kuri She Aru General Secretary Chamban Khuvum Para Bhanyavad Di She. Khobar Corner He Etu Anishe Aru Apuni Khan Ke Ami Khan Laga Channel to subscribe, like Aru share Kuri Ke Na Hodai inform Thaki Bole Anurodh Kuri Ashe.
Now, the English news. The Naga Students Federation, NSF today, the 29th of October 2024, celebrated 78th Foundation Day and also held its seniors consultative meeting at its office in Naga Solidarity Park, Kohima. Nagaland Lok Sabha MP and former General Secretary of NSF S. Supongmeren Jamir as the special guest said that with the ongoing ceasefire between the center and Naga underground groups and the peace process in progress there is no need for FSPA in the state. He called upon the incumbent leaders to raise their voice against FSPA and also to press the state government to approach the central government against the act. Jamir also expressed concern on the issue's non-exploration of oil and natural resources available in Nagaland and also taxation of Naga entrepreneurs by Naga groups. In this, he suggested that NSF should work towards bringing an understanding on the matter and also see that young Naga entrepreneurs are not taxed. Delivering the NSF presidential address, Medoviri said we celebrate not only the passage of time but the enduring legacy of unity, resilience, and vision that the NSF represents. He also reaffirmed the NSF commitment to unity and advocacy for the Naga people. Chaired by NSF Assistant General Secretary Kenilo Kent, the program commenced with prayer by Secretary Education Temjantoshi while General Secretary Chamban Khuvum tendered the vote of thanks. Khobar Corner brings this news with a request to subscribe, like and share our channel to remain informed.
It is my privilege to welcome all our esteemed senior leaders, distinguished guests on behalf of the Naga Students Federation as we honor the legacy of the Naga Students Federation and our tireless commitment towards the unity and progress of our people. At the outset, we thank God for this milestone occasion and for the responsibility granted to each of us to serve and lead our people in various capacities. Despite the constraints of time, you have all set aside your responsibilities by joining us in celebrating this solemn occasion. We value each one of your presence, and we take immense pride in the vast wealth of knowledge, diverse school of thoughts and ideologies which you have all brought to the platform of the Naga Students Federation. It is only when conscious people come together that discourse takes place. Then we start to address core issues, hammer out solutions, in striving a way forward for our people and in shaping the narrative of our the future that is to come. As we commence with our celebration, May I now invite Shi, Secretary Education NSF, to lead us into invocation.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for the wonderful day that you have blessed us. Lord, as we've gathered here to commemorate 78th Foundation Day of NSF and Seniors Consultative Meeting, we give special thanks for the beautiful life that you have blessed upon us. Lord, you've been our guide in refuge the entire span of our life. Even today, we seek your presence in our midst. Lord, as we discuss on different issues in regard with the welfare of the Nagas, guide us to speak only the truth. Lord, we also give thanks for the blessing and beautiful life upon our special guests in Supongmeren and our seniors. Continue to bless them and their family. Father, as we take a step forward and march toward 79th Foundation Day, may you continue to guide us and use us for the glory of the kingdom. Committing the entire time ahead of us into your loving, mighty loving hand. In Jesus' most precious name, I pray. Amen.
Thank you, Shi, for the spiritual leadership. Now we shall have a short time of acknowledgement, for which I request our honorable special guest to kindly accept the token of our appreciation. It is my honor to introduce the President of the Naga Students Federation, Melody Reed, who will share his reflections and set the tone of today's gathering with his presidential address.
Very good morning to one and all. At the first place, I give glory and honor to Almighty God for giving us this wonderful time. I welcome each and every one to this gathering. As we gathered here today for the 78th NSF Foundation Day, we celebrate not only the passage of time, but the enduring legacy of unity, resilience, and visions of the Naga Student Federation represents. Since its inception, the Federation has embodied the collective strength and aspiration of the Naga people, standing as a beacon of hope and voice for our rights and nationhood. Today, it is our privilege to join by Supongmeren Jamir, Honorable MP, Lok Sabha, former General Secretary of Naga Student Federation, whose exemplary dedication to public service and commitment to the Naga cause have inspired generations. As a former General Secretary of Naga Student Federation, Jamir have been part of our journey from within, and his presence with us today is a testament to the value we hold dearly and bond that unite us. We are deeply honored to have you, sir, and we look forward to the insight he brings to this momentous occasion. As we reflect on the 78 years that have shaped the Naga Student Federation, we must remember that the journey which has been forged by the dedications and visions of our seniors, our pioneers, our predecessors. Today, consultative meeting is dedicated to the reconnecting with our respected seniors, with guidance which have been instrumental in crafting the narrative of our collective struggle and identity. It is through their insight, their sacrifice, and relentless advocacy that the Federation is standing strong. Your contributions towards our history and your wisdom continue to be the guiding light for the Naga Student Federation. Our gathering today goes beyond celebration. It is a call to reflections and action. We are in times where our journey as a people face new challenges, socially, politically, and culturally. As the torchbearer of the Naga people, we recognize the responsibility of addressing these challenges, and we are here to reaffirm our commitment to unity and advocacy for the Naga people. This meeting with our seniors is a moment to draw from your vast experience, to listen, to learn, and to shape a future that respects our heritage while pushing for progressive challenges and change. As we move forward, let us work together to strengthen and to resolve unity, ensuring that our action echo the visions of our forefathers and the need for the next generation. Let us continue to build the Naga Student Federation that is resilient, that holds fast to the ideal of justice, and that actively strive for the betterment of all the Naga community. On behalf of my official, I extend my deepest gratitude to each of you, especially to our seniors who are present here today. Your presence reaffirms the strength of our collective spirit and commitment. Let this 78th Foundation Day be a reminder of our shared history and the promise for the future. Naga Student Federation will continue to pray for the dead and fight for the living, for the unified limbs and glories of the Nagas. Thank you.
Over 7 decades ago, against all odds and the complexities of the time, our senior leaders, they gathered at Nokpur village in Mokchu district. What transpired from that gathering is this very legacy which we have upheld till today, without losing sight of whatever challenges and opportunities that lies ahead of us. Thank you, President Sir, for setting the tone of today's gathering. Today we are honored to welcome our special guest, Supongmeren Jamir, Honorable Member of Parliament of Lok Sabha and former General Secretary, NSF. His journey as a social activist exemplifies the commitment to the Naga cause and our pursuit for self-determination. We are privileged to have him share his insights on this special occasion. Kindly join me in welcoming him to the podium.
In fact, it's a great privilege to see that how far and for this 78th Foundation Day. This is a landmark history and NSF. And to have that the 78th Foundation Day of the National Federations, I'd like to congratulate the present team that you have met a historical record of having your own asset sitting in our own home to determine and see the welfare of our states. Now, Naga Student Federation is fully established to carry the responsibility without any hesitation. So, for that also, I'd like to congratulate our present members as well as ex-members who were involved to stand to make NSF as a real strong body for the welfare of our state. I just wanted to share personally among our friends, because we have the different dimensions, Beirut, where we all have served, and the present team also is served. Now, first and foremost, I wanted to have a challenge that every dinner, of course, your dinner is going to be over by 2025. Every dinner, we need to have the review of our achievements. And then we can take up the very genuine issues. But until unless we finish the ducks, it is of no bring. It doesn't bring any changes for upliftment of our Naga Student Federation as well as for the welfare of our students. So once we take up the issue for the welfare of our people, it has to be nailed during the same period until unless it is very unavoidable. But the issues, once we take up, should not be just neglected by ending up our dinners. So that is one part which is very important in Naga Student Federation. See, I wanted to make with praising God and giving a challenge to our friends is 89, 91 batch of the Naga Student Federations. The team led by R. Babino, he was the first person to become the MLA in our team. And then I also became the MLA. Then our Commissioner Transport, he was our speaker. So each and every team, the dedication and the dedication towards the federations signifies the achievements of a person also. And until unless since you are leading the society, unless you show that you are giving some right perspective and directives by your own personal life, people will never recognize the activities of our federations. We have so many town councillors, we have ex-ministers, ex-MP, ex-MLAs, and all those are, and the bureaucrats and the social activities from the NSF families, all those are the achievements. But those achievements has to be collectively together again put forward the power impression to the NSF the continuity of in touch working with the NSF is very important. See, a person become an MP, a person become the head of the department, a NSF family become the ministers or the MLA or some well-renowned social workers. But if he tried to away from the NSF activities, then his strength, where he was trained at the parent body, he is not recognizing the Naga Student Federations. And when we all are together, then only it is possible to achieve the goals for our Naga Student Federation. So we have to give our priority, our attention, and then the sincerity toward the coordination with the Naga Student Federations. I'll tell you one small example in my life. I came here in 1989, contested in Jamir. Then with the help of our NSF friends, especially the Angami friends, those who are here, they have taken me as a brother. They were the person who took me searching for the rent house also. They were the person who taught me how to write, how to speak. Those are all the brotherly relationship. The cordial relationship was there. And the first instance, there was the 20th March, NSF Mother's Day. I was allowed to speak as a general citizen. I was allowed to speak to give a vote of thanks. And then I was allowed to give a slogan. So I said, instead of long live, I said long life. My parent body again officially scolded me. why you're giving the wrong slogans? So I still remember the day, and I corrected myself. So a person like me who cannot speak well even the English, or to work as per the needy atmosphere of the national federations, I also, since I know that I'm not that capable, or I'm still far away from our friends' circle abilities, I try my little best. So the sincere effort among our friends, whosoever gives a sincere effort, it's definitely going to reach the destinations, and it will be rewarded. So every one of us, yes, we all have some shortcomings in our life, but that should not be the stumbling block for our career. So we have to work, and that how I work as a general secretary in the Naga Student Federation. Our former speakers knows very well, because we were together. Then we worked. Likewise, now the sincerity and dedication is very important, and unless we have that, our achievements will be very difficult. And by entering the national federations, it becomes a step later. And once our tenure is over, it gives some problems startling in our mind. It discourages us. It gives some depressions. But we should, every one of us has to be ever ready to be with the national federation, to push forward for the people. When we are in touch, till we achieve the goal, will not be in the depressions in any manner. So that is one part. I remember, since our friends, you are going to lead the state, and you are going to be one of the responsible persons in a different sectors. I remember a short story about a squirrel. And when I read that story, I really realized that yes, it has got its meaning. Squirrel, he can climb up to the top of the trees. He can go to the small branches of the top trees also. And he can have the fruits which produces from the top of the trees. He never enjoys alone. He always takes care of his companions, his friends, and those who cannot climb up even in the trees. He always in the top of the tree. Any enemy person comes, he gives the signals. He used to shout. He gives the signal that enemies are around the trees and enemies around that areas. Then any fruits which he is having, he will not eat alone. He always chop down the fruits for those people, those animals, those friends who cannot climb up the trees. He always shares. He always thinks for the welfare of the companions. So that Naga Student Federation's leaders should be always like that. We should not be selfish. We should think of our friends also. We should think of our friends who work together. I think that is the best example to have the NSF family. See, that whole life I struggled, but with all your help, with all your presence, I feel that you're all are my sisters, you're all are my brothers. And it has given me the comfort. And to tell people that I was one time as a general secretary now student, that also keeps a moral posture to face the society. And at the same time, I'll cite a small example. My former speaker, the Commissioner of Transport, he is the one who is always looking after our sectors, our trainer who work together whenever we are in a problem. With a small way or whatever is possible capacity from his side, he is always in touch our trainer. He is always helping our friends. He never let us down to seek or go for paying to the people. So we always used to share our problems first to our former speaker. So in the family, if we have that kind of relationship, then our life is very good. Because I always say, life has to go on. So that we have to take that example. And for that matter, let us remember that the lifestyle of ants. How they used to prepare their life? They are always headed by one kambura or the big queen. Then the whole season of the winter, they will start their working, collecting the food grains from now onwards for preparations of the summer. Without hurting anyone, but with a hard work, with their devotions, they always ready for their own self-family sufficiency, working, and then self-reliance always to be played by the family of the ants. Now, to be a leader, if you always big, if you always depends on the friends, if you always depends from the others, people will not recognize our services. It may be good from in the front of you, but once you left the place, he will always give you a comment that this friend, that friend is always, definitely negativity of comments will always be there. And slowly that will hamper our working precedence and our futures. So now we should try to work hard. As a leader, we have to show the exemplary life to the people that we are working hard and we are doing for you, and we are self-reliant. That leadership quality we have to build known to ourselves. Now, I wanted to share a few points to ponder, which may not be applicable, but I feel that especially led by our former speaker Eliasab, and then our Loda brothers and sisters will know the best. But since it is our general issue about the oil, explosion of the oil. Last time when the last general conference also, we went and saw that spot and the drilling spots, it's all drying up now. And just not even the kilometer the Assam has installed, their cooperation there, and they are taking away all the wells. Now see, land and resources, and Article 371, the land ownership, is very clear, is ours. But whether we have to claim the empty land, or we can even claim the resources also. As of now, we are claiming the empty land, but resources are taken away by the Assam oil corporations. Now, if we really own the whole total, the Article 371A, we have to own even the resources also. But we are simply occupying the topography, but all the resources are taken away by the corporations. Now, if there is any way to re-examine and see that those resources can come to the state, to the land ownership, to the public of our state, whether there is any mechanism to think it over, and then because it is only the National Federation who can speak to our national voters, who can communicate to our landowners, and see that there is a mature mechanism which comes for the real ownership of whatever the Article 371 has provided to our state. But taking just as the law and then the act, if we allow all the resources, internal things taking away by the other state. That also, I feel that our Naga Student Federation has to rethink about that issues. Secondly, taxation. Either the taxation by the national voters or by the miscreants. But I think we used to consider all the educated youth as the federation's members. The entrepreneurs, the Naga young entrepreneurs are facing the problems by the taxations. Now, I think we should take the help of even the national voters that there should not be any taxations to the young Naga entrepreneurs. And these should also come forward to assess our young entrepreneurs to uplift their entrepreneurship. So we should, I think the National Federation, now we have every channels, every instruments to communicate to our nation voters also. So seeking the help to intervene and to help our local entrepreneurs, that also one part. Because any kind of development, achievement, or the entrepreneur coming flourishing is also another solution. Solutions, it doesn't mean that this having of development, setting up the factories, setting up the industries, if we didn't count that also, that we don't have any solution. Solution includes all this, the economic point also that is very important. Now, see, our parties, the railways are coming up. Now, their target is to reach Kohima as a capital station. And they are trying their level best. Now, unfortunately, instead of encouraging, taxation is too high, letting the contractors to make a land use. That taxation is too high. Because of that work is going slow. So, unnecessarily, any of our national worker also, they should not take the blame of going the project slow in our state. For that matter, the medical colleges, we have veterinary colleges, we don't have a proper engineering college. We always talk about we need the education sectors. But those who are already established, like Nagaland University, I think our NSF has to get it up. We have to see the welfare of the Naga University. We have to see the veterinary college, the medical college, and how about the engineering? A lot of manipulations, and these are the starting point in our state, coming up those colleges. But if our NSF are not taking care of that institutions, then the scope of the having our federations, we are on our part, we are also failing on our part. So I think that also now we have to take in our agendas and we have to work hard. Now, thirdly, outside of one small example, the postal service, we have more than 500-600 vacancies against Nagaland state. But how we are not getting the job? Because their recruitment is passing on the metric performance, the metric mark sheets only. And no interview, no the oral interviews or the exams. Simply they used to upload, the candidate has to upload the mark sheets. And as per the merit, the candidate used to select. Now our Nagas cannot compete with the mainland people, those who are writing with the Hindis, or their own languages which is recognized, and that very market used to send for the employments. Now only those people used to get a job, and he used to post it to the state. Those who are posted in the urban areas, he used to serve hardly 1 year, and as per the central service rule, they have a provision that they have every right to transfer out from the state. Now, those who are getting from those rural areas, they try to report, giving the training reports, and try to transfer out from the state. And now we don't have a top runners in our postal departments. That's why every leaders, every tag we used to receive very late. And the postal departments are also facing the same problems. Now, to avoid that problems, I have written to the state government also, to the chief minister, that we need to have a third language. And that is the whole Nagaland dialects. We have 16, 17 dialects is there. State has to notify that these are the state recognized third language. Once they notify that, then that notification will send to the postal directorate, and that will be the criteria where, unless that local language is well aware by the candidate, they will not be eligible for the post of the truck runners in Nagaland. So that third language, to recognize the third language, state government has to send a notification. Arunachal government has done immediately after knowing the problem. Within 6 months, they have issued the order. They have sent that notification to the directorate of the postal, and now that has set for the employment of their states. So, like that type, if our Naga Student Federations also can initiate. And in 2013, there was a recruitment for the Tortation and the radio. The Naga candidates, all of them appeared. First paper was English. They have done very well. Second paper was Hindi. So they have to live the example. And since 2013, no employment. And the posts which were graded slowly is abolishing now, because no Naga candidates cannot compete with the Hindi exams. So that kind of problems, if we can initiate the state government to write to the ministry that for the Nagaland, for the competitive exams, that should be only the optional. The Hindi should be only optional. If that is so, then many of the employees will be there. And it is all running without us. The Tortation is supposed to run by 161 staffs, but they have only 54 staffs now. So those problems also, if once we penetrate, then we will get a lot of employment avenues for our Nagas. And especially this Armed Special Forces Act. When we have 2 agreements across out of the 26 now, maybe likely going to be 27 factions because of the last issues again. So only 5 of them are having a ceasefire with the government of India. But still then, when we have that 2 agreements, then it is no point contrary to impose the Armed Forces Special Act in our state. So I think we have to fight on that line also. And for that matter, the monitoring cell has to be very serious. They have to put the efforts also, but the state government, if our NSF can give another efforts, requesting the state government to intervene to the central government to relax this Armed Forces Special Act from our state. I think those problems, we can really see that these two are the main problems which presently we are facing the problems. So like today, we're celebrating the foundation day of our Naga Student Federation. Those problems also, if we can analyze, and then if we take if there's any room to be discussed and to pursue with the state governments or to the proper platform, I think it will be good. And thank you very much for all your precious presentations and giving me this privilege. And I wish you all the best of your endeavors, because me, almost on the verge of retirement. Our former speaker also now he's going to be retired by the next year. Of course, he's going to start a new venture in his life. So all of us, we till the end of the period, because we are the product of the Naga Student Federation. Once we get a better position, don't think that you are no more in the Naga Student Federation. But we all are in the Naga Student Federation. We have to work together. Thank you.
The strength of the Naga Students Federation lies not only in the 17 pillars alone, but in the hearts and minds, the concerns, conviction, and the lifelong commitment of our senior leaders. Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words and for addressing the pressing issues that is confronting our people today. As we come to the end of the program, I would like to call upon Chumben Kubun, General Secretary NSF, to express our heartfelt vote of thanks.
At the very outset, I bring you all a very warm greetings from the good office of the Naga Student Federation. Without any further ado, allow me to proceed to our words of gratitude. Today, as we gathered here to celebrate our 78th NSF Foundation Day, let us, inspired by the milestone that we have reached and trials and tribulation that we have overcome, let us continue to work together, support each other, and strive for excellence in our all activity. On behalf of the Naga Student Federation, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to each and everyone present out here for being a part of this 78th NSF Foundation Day program. Your presence and active participation have truly enriched this event and made it a resounding success. I would like to express my deepest appreciation to the NSF incumbent team, led by the President Metavuri, for making this Foundation Day a very memorable and a successful one. I would also like to give special thanks to our special case, our senior Sir Supongmeren Jamir, our Honorable MP of Sabah, for his presence and participation despite during his busy schedule. Thank you so much, sir, for your encouragement and for your inspiring words that you have shared to us. May our good Lord, if you could help and bless you more courage and wisdom in all your interior. And I would also like to give my heartfelt gratitude and appreciation to our beloved senior leaders of the Naga Student Federation, our heroes and the backbone of the Naga Student Federation, for your support, unwavering commitment and dedication to the Federation. Your passion and enthusiasm are the driving force behind everything we do. And we are immensely proud of all that we have achieved together till today. May our good Lord bless you good health and wisdom so that you all continue to support and strengthen the Federation in days to come. Last but not the least, program participant and media fraternity for making this program, the 78th Foundation Day, a very successful one. We look forward to many more successful years ahead as we continue to uphold the value of unity, progress, and excellence that defines the Naga Student Federation for unified name and glory of the Nagas. Thank you so much once again to everyone. Long live Naga Student Federation. Naga.
Concluded, we should transition to the seniors consultative meeting. However, before that, I would like to acknowledge the presence of. Let us all join together in a collective benediction for continued strength and unity.